Welcome to all. Welcome, my dear students, to my online class. Day before yesterday, I have discussed about suffixes, prefixes, and affixes. And today, I am going to discuss about transformation of sentences for the students of class 10. I hope and believe that all of my students are engaged with your study. And let's go and what I am going to discuss with you. Today, I am going to discuss about transformation of sentences. From this session, the students will be able to know how to transform an affirmative sentence to negative. And the students, I hope and believe that all will be able to understand. And if you don't able to understand, I request you to talk to me. Okay, and affirmative to negative. And today I am going to discuss about 4 rules of affirmative to negative. And first one, verb to be plus not, and second, everybody, and third, must, and fourth, both and. And first one, I am going to discuss with you details. Do you see? Generally, this is the main rule of transformation sentences from affirmative to a negative. For example, the boy is honest in his work. The boy is honest on his work. And this is an affirmative sentence. And you have to change this affirmative sentence to negative. And how? And be attentive. This is auxiliary verb or verb to be. And if you find here, if you find an auxiliary verb, you have to add not or negative sign. Now you see, the boy is not. You see, and when you find an affirmative sentence with auxiliary verb, you have to add negative sign. Not, do not, does not, did not, etc. And here the auxiliary verb is. So I have added not after this auxiliary verb. The boy is not. Now, honest. This is an adjective. If you find an adjective in sentences, you have to change this adjective to opposite word. Honest. The opposite word of honest is dishonest. Now, you have to put here dishonest. Dishonest on his work. Now, this is a complete negative sentence, and I am repeating again. You see, the boy is honest on his work. This is an affirmative sentence, and if you find such kind of affirmative sentence, you have to change this. The boy is not. You have to add negative sign or not after the auxiliary verb. Then you have to write down the opposite word of adjective. Opposite word adjective. Honest, the opposite word of honest is dishonest. So the boy is not dishonest on his work. Actually, in transformation of sentences, the meaning of the sentences will not be changed, but the structure of the sentence will be changed. For an example, the boy is honest on his work. The boy is not dishonest on his work. Generally, these kinds of sentences are important, and you may find these kind of sentences in your exam. And students, I hope and believe that you will be attentive on this class very much. Now, I am going to roll second. And if you find a sentence adding everybody, everybody. And how you will change this affirmative sentence from affirmative to negative. Now, every mother loves her child. This is an affirmative sentence. If you find such kind of affirmative sentence including every, and how will you change this affirmative sentence from affirmative to negative? And you see every, you have to write down every, there is no. There is no. You have to write against every, and there is no. You have to write down there is no against every. There is no, you see, this is noun. There is no mother. There is no mother. Then you have to add a but. There is no mother but loves her child. This is a very common role of transformation sentences from affirmative to negative. You see again, you have to write down there is no against every. And you have to put on every, and you have to write down there is no. There is no mother. Then you have to write down this. Now, there is no mother, but. There is no mother, you have to write down but. There is no mother but loves her child. This is very important role also. Now, I am going to role 3. Must. Okay? And if you find a sentence including must, and how will you change this sentence affirmative to negative? You see, you must obey your parents. You must obey your parents. And if you want to change this sentence including must, how will you change? And you have to write down against must, cannot but. Okay, you have to withdraw must, and you have to write cannot but. Now, you cannot but obey your parents. Okay, now you must obey your parents. If you find a sentence including must, you have to write down against must, cannot but. And you have to also write cannot help. If you write cannot help, and you have to add an ing after the verb. For example, you cannot help obeying your parents. And in this sentence, including must, you have to make negative 2 ways. One is cannot but, another one is cannot help. And if you write down cannot but, and this is easy, just directly you will write down you cannot but obey your parents. And if you add cannot help, then you have to add ing after this verb. Okay? And this is important role. Now I am doing another role. Okay? Both and. And if you find a sentence both and, how will you change this affirmative sentence from to negative? And you have to write down against both, not only, and you have to write down against and but also. For an example, I ate both an apple and a banana. And you will change this sentence from affirmative to negative. For just both, you will write down here, I ate not only an apple and but also a banana. Okay, and these 4 important rules roles. Today I have discussed with the students of class 10. I hope and believe all the students have understood what I have discussed. And today I have discussed this, and day after tomorrow I will come in front of you with online class discussing more and more roles of transformation sentences. I welcome my dear students to join our online class, and